Welcome, dear friends, to Cardiac Radio at 11 p.m., nourishing our souls with the Spirit of Truth. It is a profound honor for us to receive this information. The other day, I was watching a program, kind of a Bible program for children. Fantastic. And there was a point in which they were saying, to keep your mind in God, you need to pray, you need to worship God, sing songs of God, talk to God. Yeah. But they missed one thing that in Spiritism is huge: charity. Doing good to others is the best way to keep God in our minds. And it's in the gospel according to Spiritism. That's why it's so important for us to read the Gospel according to Spiritism, where lessons are expanding the customary way of feeling God, of feeling life. So here we have, you and I, the opportunity of knowing deeper what the Spirit of Truth has to tell us. The Spirit of Truth is the same since Kardec's time. It's all about Jesus for sure. In this very book, if I rewind the tape at the very beginning, and I'm just doing this on purpose because I want to go back and read for you the definition, which is chapter, here it is, 3. Spirit is caption, and it says to us, actually, one second. Andre Luis at another time was redefining words. You remember that, right? It was actually chapter 8. When he says that the Spirit of Truth is for us the Jesus that comes back through Spiritism, through the phalanx of the spirits that were sent by him, and in that way telling us what the truth is all about. Things that we couldn't handle 2,000 years ago and today, it's so much, it makes so much sense. Today, André Luiz, the spirit doctor of the book, Nosso Lar and Life Goes On, Liberation, Missionaries of the Light, The Messengers, phenomenal books he brings to us today. A message that during this pandemic is all that we need, irrespective of the pandemic, but during this pandemic, in health, in sickness, you know, the wedding vows, right? Now, here, it's about life. It's about our vow of commitment to life. And he is inspired in chapter 17, item 11, of the Gospel according to Spiritism, which is all about being perfect, to be perfect. And item 11, so I just skipped the page, is of course care for the body and the spirit. And here we have a message by the Spirit Georges, who said in 1863 in Paris, he's a protector spirit. He says that we need to care for the body and spirit. Now let's observe the order of events. Body, spirit. Why? Because you and I are incarnated. Without the physical body, we can't be incarnated. So we need to take care of the body. Yes, prayer is important, meditation is important, visualization is important, but if we also don't do the hygiene, don't eat properly, if we don't hydrate ourselves enough, if we don't, if we forget to exercise as well, our physical body will not be in the best shape. So we need to adjust our lives. There will be a day on earth in which we'll teach our children, but we'll also save time for it to care for the body. It's about body awareness, the body's needs. Because when we reincarnate, we're not fully aware that we have a body. And then as we grow up, especially in the preteen, teen years, we realize, oh, we have a body. Look, oh, whoa, whoa. We look in the mirror and we're like, oh my gosh, my body. Yeah, this is the body. Often we don't pay attention. So one day on earth, families will be more caring to their bodies and their spirits. The Spirit George says to us, do not punish your body for the wrongs that your free will has made it commit, and for which it's no more responsible than a badly ridden horse for any accident it might cause. Will you be more perfect if you torture your body but remain no less selfish and proud, no more charitable towards your neighbor? No. Perfection does not lie in this. It lies entirely in the reforms to which you submit your spirit. Discipline it, subjugate it, humiliate it, mortify it. That's the way to make it docile before God's will and the only way that leads to perfection. What does he say? He's saying that we need to learn to be good administrators of the body. In the book Evolution into Worlds, Andre Luis talks about as we evolve, we become co-creators at major level. But right now, you and I are co-creators at minor level, which means we're learning to co-create the physical body and learn how to be healthy. Now, let's see what Andre Luis says in 1961 in the book The Spirit of Truth. He says, in all circumstances, treat your own health, preventing disease with the resources found in yourself. So first of all, Andre Luis saying prevention is number one. This is so revolutionary because right now our sciences of the earth are talking about prevention, but this is not primary. Our medicine, our psychology, our pharmacy, our social workers, everything is all about remedying a problem, but we need to prevent. The science of prevention on earth is not there yet, but Andre Luis is saying where we can prevent our health from derailing in resources inside of us. So he complements every day is a new opportunity to acquire illness or heal our ills. So it's interesting because maybe if I were writing this in my ignorance, think about it. I would write every day is a new opportunity to acquire illness or stay healthy. Why doesn't Andre Luis say or stay healthy? Because we're not healthy yet. We are reincarnated to heal. So he says every day is an opportunity to get into this harmony and the consequent illness, because disease, the word, let's write it down here. And we do this just out of reinforcement for us. Let's think about this. Disease means opposite of is. You see, This is, it's not easy. So the flow, it's not easy. Uh-huh. That means you and I, when disease comes, it means we have followed a path of disharmony that we know. But he's saying we can also heal our ills every day. And now we're like, how do you do it, Andre Luis? The best remedy, he says, before any other is healthy will. Because weak will weakens the imagination, and ill will weakens the body. So here we have the book by Emmanuel through Chico Xavier, Thought in Life, chapter 2, about will. And he says, our only will, is sufficiently strong to sustain the harmony of the spirit. Question to you, to me. Where is the thermometer of our will? Because right now, because of the pandemic, whew, we need resilience and endurance, right? It's coming to a point a year later that we're like catching our breath. And some people are giving up. No, we need a strong will. Healthy will, he says. What is healthy will? What is it? He says, it's when, without will, desire may make a mistake and go astray, incurring debts, requiring centuries of suffering and restitution. Okay? Imagination may create dangerous monsters of darkness and memory, although faithful to its function of registering what it receives in conformity of the destination given to it by nature. I'm going to put a pause here and meditate together with you. Healthy will is the one, of course, that is aligned with God. It's all about love, it's about the virtues per se. So, André Luiz continues and reminds us that the disease of the body can create the disease of the soul. And the disease of the soul can cause the infirmity of the body. It's a two-way road. That's why you're going to see people who have stomach ache. And if they don't deal with it, they'll become moody and grumpy. And that those energies that we're creating are going to reflect in our souls as much as what we think and what we feel is going to be expressed in the body. It's a two-way road. Sometimes we only think the spirit creating the disease, but the disease in itself of the body, if we don't attend to it, it's going to create problems. Yes. So that's why it's important to see a doctor. I know we sometimes feel afraid. We're like, oh my gosh, but what if, what if? But that's why we're here. We have to take the car to its checkup to do the oil change, the filter change, the fluid change, to continue working well. The same way we need the physical body, needs the checks, the checkups, and the doctors to help sustain this harmony, the harmony, right? Restless life does not always mean life well lived. Yeah, there's some people who take life so easily. That doesn't mean they're living well. Some people saw Chico Xavier extenuated by too much work and they thought, oh, poor Chico. Yeah, but those people who said poor Chico, they were probably in the lower zones screaming out loud, Chico, please help me. versus Chico, discarnated, helping everybody. See? In the Gospel according to Spiritism and in the Spirit's book, we have this question addressed. What if you are extenuated? What if we are so overwhelmed helping others, like mothers? Good mothers, usually they sacrifice themselves a lot. Good fathers as well. And they think, I'm gonna die out of doing all, fulfilling my duties. But when you fulfill your duties, it's not suicide. Suicide is when we work too hard because of our ambitions, material ambitions. But if it's about fulfilling the duties, well, there are mothers who die when the babies are just born. Yes. And she did her mission. She fulfilled it. André Luiz continues by telling us, although the existence around can prove to be somewhat rapturous, protect yourself against the emotional weather in the inner atmosphere of the being, helping and serving with joy to the less fortunate, in the certainty that the diligent nurse keeps mental integrity despite living day by day with dozens sick people in great imbalances. So he's saying to keep our health, we need emotional management. Yes, we need to protect ourselves from these fluctuations, emotional fluctuations. They do great harm to our vibrational state, to our spiritual body, to our physical body. That's why the main sentence of this very text is coming now. We are an integral part of our neighbor's pharmacy. We are an integral part of our neighbor's pharmacy. And now I'm going to put this sentence here for you so we meditate together. Okay, here we come. Okay, we are an integral part of our neighbor's pharmacy. What does Andre Luis mean with it? He's telling us, yes, he's telling us somewhat that we need to observe, he says, the reactions that your presence causes in others. What is that you do that causes some things in others? And then he says, pacify those within and those around who leave you, not only through words, but even by appearance and attitudes. Because with the simple approach, we function as tranquilizers or exciters of those around us, relieving or aggravating their physical and moral ailments. So you and I are being asked at this point to walk this very journey of emotional wisdom, observing what we cause in others. And when he says not only through words, but appearance and attitude, appearance is so interesting because sometimes we want to tell people to live a healthier life, but we don't show it. Sometimes parents want to do this with their children, but they don't show it either. In that regard, it's very important that we become more fully aware. What do you do that creates, pushes buttons on others without noticing? Sometimes it's because we don't take action, or because of our tone of voice, or some other times it's because the way we dress up, or our non-spoken emotional body language. We don't need to speak. Some people think, I didn't say anything. Well, but you said with your facial expression. You said it with your gesture. You said it with your whole posture, with your whole attitude. So Andrea Lewis is reminding us that we are also co-responsible for being tranquilizer. Do we calm people down or do we make them feel like crazy? Do we talk? We're not talking about people who are extroverted, who are always, no, we're talking about being a peacemaker or being constantly bellic, constantly combative. And he says, do we relieve people's physical moral ailments or do we aggravate them? Many diseases are born out of unjustified suspicion. Wow. And now you're asking, what does that mean? He explains. Be sincere. Be sincere with yourself and others in appreciating symptoms that refer to organic maladjustments, dealing with matters of this nature without fanfare and without exaggeration. Yeah. He's saying to us that it's important when we get to know, when we get to know that we have an issue, let's not go crazy into thinking of the worst because he's saying many diseases are born just because we're obsessing about it. Oh my gosh, do I have cancer? Oh my gosh, do I have this? Do I have that? We have a choice to trust and to treat it normally. This is life. He says the greatest restoring energy force is the straight conscience that asserts emotions. And he's reminding us of the importance of meditation. If the bed of pain is a vestment imposed on your sick body, remember that meditation is an invisible sanctuary for the shelter of the spirit in difficulty, and that prayer molds and sublimates the energies from the soul. Finally, he's going to tell us illness is a natural contingency of life, inevitable for individuals in the process of evolution. But strive to abolish concerns regarding physical health problems, attending to the organic balance and trusting on the superior will. What a message, masterful. There are so many levels, but number one here we've chosen is we are an integral part of our neighbor's pharmacy. Sometimes we look at how others are treating us, but we need to think, how am I playing a role in somebody else's health or illness? Am I helping? Am I bringing something that will give them relief? Or will I just allow them to extenuate themselves? At this point of our evolution, to be sick is natural. He's saying. He's saying right there, it's natural. But the problem is how we deal with it. So during this pandemic, where many are discarnating, getting sick, having physical issues, you and I are being asked, we're being asked today through André Luiz, Chico, Xavier, Waldo, Vieira, the mediums, to think of how to stay healthy, healing our ills, while trusting the superior will, God. As the Spirit George has said, do you think that by punishing your physical body, You're going to come to terms with the wrongs you've done? No. That's the math we do. We think disease is a punishment. We never see it as a lesson. We're evolving and we need experiences to evolve. So today, we're going to meditate on how to heal our ills during the next 24 hours. Mentor Joseph is inviting us. Let us heal our ill with a strong, healthy will. Yes, the will of God, the superior will. So we will repeat. In the next 24 hours, we're going to find ways to heal our ills with our healthy will, which is aligned with the superior will. All right? That's our exercise to wake up saying, I am healing. I am healing today. I am healing. And put your hand in your heart and say, I am healing. I am healing. I am healing today. I will spend this day in healing. Healing through everything I do, in whichever segment of my life during the day, whatever work that I do, I will heal my ills today because that's the will of God. Sure thing, because God loves us so much. All right. This is it, friends, for today. The Spirit of Truth is inviting us to heal our ills today with God, with a healthy will aligned with the superior will. Thank you, friends, for being with us at Cardiac Radio once again here at 11 p.m., nourishing our souls. And of course, stay tuned because Cardiac Radio has always more to nourish our souls. Thank you, friends.